P. Okay. Stream's on. Yeah, looks like the mic's working. Everything's good. Okay. Okay, guys. Well, I think this is actually going to happen. So it's been some build-up, but basically, like a couple years ago, I think, Frank is all on the forum, like, allies have no chance. Allies are mathematically eliminated from a lot of games. It's just a big crying a bunch of bullshit. And then Ed was like, well, actually, with the new maps, it's kind of much more fair. And then it was, a pissing contest between them, and they ended up going into a series where Frank, who normally plays Allied, played Sovs, and Sovs are so easy, anybody can win with them. So I mean, he may have been practicing, and Ed wasn't playing Allied. Frank's practicing Sovs and stuff. Not winning, got owned in the series, and then wait a second here. Anyways, this is series number 2, so it's a rematch. A warm up. Second, I'm gonna get Mason on the line. So hey, Mason.
Hello?
Mason?
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Whoa.
Mason. Yo, you're on. I don't know. I can hear you. Oh. Give me a second. How's that? Can you hear me?
Hey.
Is that
Can you hear
better?
me?
Yo.
Oh, sweet.
Okay, you
Okay.
can hear me good now.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on.
Nothing. It was the wrong microphone for me, so you couldn't hear me.
How does it sound for you from my end?
Sounds good now. We're all good. I think like we're live and everything. So
Oh, we're live right now?
yeah, streaming.
Sweet.
But for some reason, my game music's gone now. I don't know.
Uh, do we want to fix that really quick or?
I really don't know why it's gone. It feels like it's gonna be too much trouble because it was playing before I started the Skype call. So
Oh, I know exactly what the issue is. Go to your minimize. So when you start a Skype call and you have audio playing,
yeah.
Skype automatically like change the settings so the sound's lower.
Okay.
So you go to your volume settings, you probably can just increase it again.
Where do I go? Where?
Just like start menu.
It's like actual sound settings.
Yeah, potentially.
Oh man.
Like you'll have 2 bars. You'll have like a main volume bar, and then Skype potentially like automatically lowered it. I figured this out.
Oh yeah, it did. Look at that.
Yeah, I figured this out a few days ago actually.
Damn thing. Let's see if that fixed it. Yeah, it did fix it. Nice job.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't know that. That's not very handy for Skype not to tell you that.
Right. Yeah. It happened to me like a few days ago, and I didn't understand what happened. And looking through my volume, I just figured it out.
Okay, cool. Well, so this is the series. As everybody knows, Frank got demolished by it last time, and I don't think I'm overstating it, especially with all the big talk. So he came out and lost like the first 5 games in a row, and then I kind of felt it was Ed was kind of running the score too high. I think Frank subsequently won a few games, but he's going to have to do way better this time if he wants to make a convincing argument. So, part 2, Frank's going to be playing. Frank is Pinners here. Piners, I'm not sure. He's playing as Iraq. And Ed is going to take America Allied again. Join with Mason, Sikh.
Hey guys.
So let's do this. Alaskan Outback by Martin Insomniac on the forum. It's a pretty humongous map, so it probably won't be that quick of a game.
Yeah, and the key here is to be expanding your base really, really quickly. Yeah.
Do you expand like? Oh, looks like they choosing a different one. Is this good?
This one's a good map for ABS.
I'd say this one, yeah, it's pretty balanced. I don't know. If Soviets clog the center, it can be a bit difficult for Allied, but otherwise, it could be a bit of a challenge for Soviet.
Yeah, the first few minutes usually decide the game here, unless it's really high level play, and then kind of anything can happen with the naval.
So let's see here. Who will be where? I wonder, did they? Oh, they have to play the 4-player version, so they might get top right, but they didn't. So I just scroll over to the Soviet player, who is Frank, and he has the option to build up. So he's got a few different builds that he could execute. Actually, looks like he's going for a build that you kind of made popular, Mason.
I did?
Yeah, in your video versus Vinny. If you remember that guy. Vinny
Oh my God,
420.
that has to be a really long time ago.
Yeah, that was like 8 years ago. Anyway, previously people had built off this other sort of more forward-facing cliff, but this is actually probably better.
It depends. If it's 2 versus 2 and left versus right, you want to go straight to the left. Ed went fast AFC.
Yes. And he's got his AFC kind of protected, as you see. It's up on this cliff. You can't access it that easily.
Yeah. See if he gets a plane. There's 2 Rockies. And, oh, Frank's on the Derek.
And there comes a flak track pretty quick.
Yeah, I don't know how well this will work for Ed. I like getting more miners early on. Otherwise, if you lose a few Rocketeers, you just like automatically lose.
Ed is definitely trying to treat Frank as an inexperienced Soviet.
Yeah, he's really pressing. He's got. Oh, there goes a Rocky, probably. Yeah.
There's one Rocky. But he is running around. The flak track's dead.
Yeah.
Where's the other flak track gone?
It's still at bottom. He might lose his war factory here, actually.
Yeah, he's gonna lose a flak track. Pretty likely. Or maybe not.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't lose his MCV, this really isn't that bad.
So what do you think now? Is the Allied player getting good gains, or is it a draw? Or
it's pretty dry, but we'll see what happens with the pair drop up top as well.
he could pick up a miner, then it would be decent value.
Yeah, see, once he loses his refinery, it puts Frank at a small disadvantage. See, now Ed's eco is really hurting now.
He's got 2 miners, 3 miners.
He's got Para that he's not attacking the airport with. And Frank's just got his Para at the bottom left.
As a Soviet player, I know you're reeling right now, especially from the right side. You're definitely head spinning a little bit.
Yeah. It's tough to pay attention to well. Ed's not using his. The Connies are going to get this Derek, and that'll kill the
Refinery, yeah. He could pick up the paradrop if you were aggressive. Like the airport.
Ed needs to use his paradrops, yeah. Oh, he's using it on the Derek now.
And
Top.
yeah, I see on top right. But Frank is wisely turning back. He can't come up this hill.
No, but losing that Derek really hurts.
For Frank?
Okay. Yeah. Because, I mean, like, keeping that is really nice.
Both of these players lost their expansion. Frank mined some of the gems off of that. But he does have Soviet miners, you know.
Conscripts up top that need to be utilized very quickly.
Yeah, they're going to get no payout if they don't do something.
Yeah, if he can kill that Derek, it really helps a ton.
Doing nothing. Frank is trying to dance, but he's holding his own attention.
Yep, and Ed sees the Connies now, the Rockies.
Frank, ooh.
It was pretty evenish.
Yeah.
Maybe. be a little bit better for
Frank, I think.
Frank has two minors that keep going up to the gems, which is not worth it.
Yeah, he doesn't even know about that.
No, and Ed's got 3 minors. Rocky's coming up top. This could be very, very damaging if he loses his refinery in the center.
It's true. But he's going for the sentry gun and tipping him off about the Rockies. I didn't like that play.
Yeah, I agree. But it looked like Frank. I've already seen it, so it's not a big deal.
Frank only has one flak track. That's not enough.
He'll have a ready flat cannon.
He
well.
put one just by the refinery, I think. So he's...
Did he?
Yeah. He just sold it, so it's gone now. But you shouldn't sell it if you only one flak track.
And Ed's going for the Derrick at the bottom.
I think that's a good target because it'll waste a flak cannon.
Depends. Just depends. This is a good game so far.
Yeah, both players playing pretty well or pretty badly.
Ed's got the lab now, though, so...
But Frank is pushing this Desolator. He's killed off all those guards.
It's not so much the Mirage we're scared of. Ed only needs to get a couple Dolphins and an aircraft carrier. And
It's the Navy.
Yep.
Although
And Rockies are doing damage again.
that one flak track's going to go leap.
Attack, I don't know about this.
This is game over for Frank, I think. It's make or break at least.
It's game over. He's not gonna...
He can't push through here? I don't think so either.
He really should have...
He no fodder. He needs to get at least something. At one deso anyway.
This is awful.
Ed's not handling it too well yet.
He's doing it all right. Like, I don't think Frank's gonna be able to come back from this.
I agree.
Well...
Yeah, I mean, Ed's not getting in there. Mix it up. Pretty sloppy, but I think Ed lives.
I mean, Frank's got 8 tanks in his base, so...
He needs to TT them.
Yeah, for sure. And then Ed just got the ACC.
His aircraft carrier's up.
Yeah, aircraft carrier, ACC.
Oh, yeah. In Toronto, that means
Yeah, I should stop using
fucking
the acronym.
something else. All right.
Ooh.
Frank is using his tanks to scout the shore and giving up a miner for nothing.
He's fucked right here. He's got his ref that's dead, and
That's a big ref.
Yeah, like I said earlier, that was a very key location, a very key building. Frank had his 4 flak tracks at the bottom.
I like this prism tank use from Ed. Couple free shots, and it can't kill it. But
this is very close.
yeah, the Ed, oof.
Oh man.
Frank can win. Frank can win.
Going to win. I underestimated how many tanks he had in his base, I guess.
I think Ed just did a bad hold.
It certainly could have been better. He should have utilized his GIs a lot
yeah.
more.
You need to make. Frank had no fodder, so one thing about, I think I'm right about saying this, is Allied tanks, they have a short range, so if you want to engage, you really have to get in there.
Yeah, as the Allied player.
Yeah, you can't be waiting. You need to mix it up.
Yeah, you really have to. You can kind of keep your distance for a while, and wait for the Soviet player to move in a location that's better, so you can like kind of counter it. But overall, if you're gonna engage, you really do have to just kind of get up in there.
Boom. Okay, so it's 1-0 and nothing's changed. Ed continues to own Frank. One game only though. So let's take a look.
Oh, cool.
Oh, duh. Only one who's getting owned is the guy Josh. He sucks. But so okay, Frank won. I thought Ed was gonna win.
Yeah, it was.
Let me say that.
There for a minute.
It looked. I mean, both of us were like, "Oh, this is a bad attack. This is not gonna work." And then, hey, that's Red Alert for you.
Yeah. I thought that was a pretty good game.
Yeah, I
Showed
guess
a lot
so.
of action. Could have
I
gone a
think
lot
I think
more.
it really reveals the plight of Allieds.
Yeah. See, Soviet can make a mistake and come back from it, but it's really hard for Allied to make a mistake and come back.
Only thing about Soviets, and I guess this is pretty obvious, but you have like your tanks, and if you waste a big army of your tanks, that's like pretty damaging because you don't have as many like little annoyances to hold their attention while you regroup. So, who's who? Ed's going Allied again. DMZ.
Now, is the deal like can Ed go Korea in any of these maps? Is that allowed?
I think it is allowed. I think generally they're both allowed to take any faction, although Frank is determined to win with Soviet. And I think Ed is sort of conversely determined to show that Allies are just fine.
Right, but can like Ed go France, for example?
I think so. That's yeah. So I'm saying I don't think they have any restriction on their faction at all.
Okay.
But if you're not a experienced Allied user or like particularly proficient with Allied, I'd recommend using America probably.
Yeah, absolutely. Korea is very hard to use. So Ed got the airport right away. It's good. Now, a lot of Allied players will make a mistake and get pretty early AFC, and you just can't do that on this map without running low for like a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
We've got a cameo from Sir Alex stating his emphatic opinion. Allied are stronger than Soviet.
Yeah, well, guy's kind of a sociopath, so.
I don't think we can say that. But I think we can say that it's a dubious claim. I'd say Soviets are stronger than Allied. Although I do agree with Ed that the new maps have really evened things out in terms of your opportunity.
Yeah, alright, so this is really good by Ed. So he went 0 minors. I think that's definitely fine. And he's going to be pressing on the top and
Dual paradrop. Because he's got.
Gonna get his paradrop at probably at the War Factory the way his tanks are moving. But yeah, see, this is what I meant by getting early FC. And this can really make or break you because you really don't have enough money for it. If the Soviet player plays well.
The War Factory's dead though.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my god, I didn't even see that one.
I just had a feeling the timing was, sentry gun was too late.
Yeah, well, I mean, Frank really butchered this one.
Look at this weak, helpless Allied side. Look at them. Just dead in the water. Or wait. Anyway, so looks like it might go to 1-1 here.
I would assume so. Frank really needs to start getting sentry guns.
He needs to start getting a War Factory.
Yeah, I would just start deploying sentry guns, though.
Yeah.
You just have to.
There's the War Factory in a good position for it too, but yeah. This is what happens. This is what happens when you lose your War Factory.
Mm-hmm. Paradrop was a good position too because it separates his two bases.
Can't be immediately killed by dogs or sentry guns.
Yeah. And it forces Frank to like move around them, so that's like a good like third paradrop location. Is right in that order, just generally speaking. If you're gonna be pressing.
Nice. Well, I guess that is the second game. Square now, 1-1. Just going to turn my game sounds up a little bit more. No room for observers.
He opened it.
All right.
Wonder what map Ed will pick now. Maybe like. Mm, maybe
I'm
pick a last
surprised that
game.
we're seeing no new maps yet.
That's true.
Here's a new map.
This one's pretty even, I think.
You know, I don't like this map because I can't see on it. It's too dark.
Yeah, I don't like the dark setting myself, but it makes sense with what it's called, Poltergeist.
You know what this map's original name was? Radical Snowman.
Oh, I did not know that.
It's by a guy named Stefan, but not like CNC Stefster. Different guy. He also made Tikal or whatever. Or
I
Tycho.
like that one as well. That one's alright, but that one's not as good for SVA.
This map is kind of it's pretty big, really. It's a fair amount of distance to travel.
Yeah. I think the amount of ore on the map is really, really good. Like, it's not too much, but it's not too little. So,
It's
like,
it's good.
overall-
It's good that they. It's sort of like there's not a whole bunch of pull to the center per se, but the ore patches are spread far enough apart that you necessarily expose yourself, make yourself vulnerable anyway. So it's not like you have this sort of draw where both players end up right beside each other, but there still is lots of action. It's not very campy.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so Soviet player Frank, he's got his war factory by his base, keeping it consolidated. Sometimes you could put the war factory off of your derrick if you wanted to.
So, I'm assuming he's going to go 2 tanks or 3 tanks and then get a miner. Because it seems unlikely he'll just go 0 from the get-go.
Ed went miner, but his miner went to the gold and he didn't pick that up. I'm sure he'll correct that.
So, this
Oh.
is one of my strategies. I don't know if Frank got this from me or not, but I do this on a lot of maps.
I think this is an obvious strategy in my opinion. Like the damages that you can do by shooting a cell of gems versus try to get through a pillbox is just there's no comparison to the amount of damage. Gems are worth like $1,000 per hit. But
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's
a lot.
frowned upon, generally considered to be, on the lamer side.
I mean, kind of, but I still consider it strategic enough to.
I mean, like, you could NG their war factory and that wins the game. That's strategically definitely sound. But it kind of defeats the GG nature of the game.
I don't know. I think you can defend your gems a lot better than you can defend your war factory from an NG, because an NG just like moves one cell and it's in, and that's way more hurt. Like it hurts way more.
I think it's actually totally impossible to defend your gems. Even if they fight your tanks on the gems, they kill the gems too.
Frank just messed up kind of bad. Ed just messed up really bad.
Ed did worse.
Oh boy.
2 miners.
Yeah.
Even if now Frank loses his whole army.
Yeah, this is what I meant.
Uh-oh.
Tanks.
3 tanks down low.
Oh shoot, I missed that. Yeah, but his base is done. Now he needs to get drone.
He can definitely hold this. A pro-Soviet holds this. Oh, it's held. Now is he picking up damages though? Frank's a good holder.
Could have been better, but yeah, it looks like
Looks
he's okay.
so those 2 miners that he got are gonna be good.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, looks like Ed's gonna lose this one so far.
Well played by Frank. The split was good.
Yeah, I didn't even see this split, to be honest.
I didn't see it, but I just had a feeling like there had to be something.
Distracting.
Like, yeah, he would never. Oh, ugly. Now they draw, but the miners are still lost for Ed.
Yeah, Frank's eco is not too great, but it'll really pick up here in a minute.
Frank's, yeah, it's all spread out and ugly, but it will
Oh,
exactly.
two Rockies up top.
Don't think they're gonna get anything. They might distract enough. Ed's got a repair cart trying to repair his tanks, but they all died. So
Pair at the bottom. Two Rockies still going. Pair is defended, and the Rockies are retreating. At least one sentry guns by us there. If you look at the bottom here.
I'm sure it's gonna hold it.
Yeah, you generally need to get two, unless you fix it right away.
He had it well positioned. 3 of the guys were out of range.
And the Rockies are on it. It's snowing. Frank's going at the bottom here.
I don't think he's got much.
No, but any distraction that it can be good, depending on which player has the most micro. Probably pretty close. So.
Yeah, I'd say these guys are pretty even.
Three war factories for Frank though, versus just only one from Ed.
Takes a second for that to actually turn something out.
Right, but it can definitely change the game here pretty soon.
Yeah, if Ed doesn't do something about it in the next 2 minutes, it's gonna look a lot different.
I don't like.
Frank's attack is ugly though.
I don't like this attack.
He's not sure how to do it. I don't think.
I don't like this at all.
He's gonna go home.
He's splitting up his tanks though. Is the bad thing.
He's got a 1 Rhino against 3 pillboxes down low. Not gonna happen. Here's a dubious split from Ed.
Yeah, it looks like he might get something now. Oh, he's going up top now with them.
Frank sees it.
You get his MCB.
He's bringing them back.
Yeah.
Frank decided to go for the Derek. Maybe. I don't like that. No.
He could with a few tanks.
I think if he were to, then he'd get trapped up there.
Yeah, but like a few tanks, I think is worth killing Derek.
Here, for now, Frank's got the army. Now the 3 war factories have been. Now you see.
Yeah, Ed just messed up his miners. It looked like as well.
This is it. This is it. Ooh, Frank's
Bad-
gonna win.
bad
Frank
attack.
wins. Frank wins.
Yeah. Bad attack.
Bad. Why did Ed push out of his base with less range?
That was very bad.
And now the dogs are acting like perfect fodder, but neither player's pushing it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Frank could have
boom.
done a little bit better there, and Ed really messed that up, I think.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
I think Ed probably could have hold.
Oh gosh, this is some hideous attacking.
Ed could have held a little longer, but I think Frank had this game after the 2 miners died early on.
Yeah, it was ugly. It was going to be difficult from Ed's point of view, but when he pushed out of his base there to counter the attack, that was the game over move.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, 2-1 now. Looks like this series is going to be a lot better than the last one.
Yeah, pretty competitive so far. They look pretty even. So who's got the lead now? Frank, 2-1. I don't think Frank ever bought Ed a beer. I think Frank said he's gonna disappear for a while, but he's back. So I don't know what are they betting this time. No beer.
Bragging rights.
Definitely bragging rights.
Well, I mean, if Frank wins this, obviously they have to
Rematch.
rematch. It looks like a lot of people were on to see this, so I think Tour of Egypt is a heavily Soviet favored map, but Marsh doesn't think that.
What I think is that Marsh likes maps that he can take Soviets on in their sort of home turf. And I think Toe is very Soviet favored in the beginning, becomes less so if you can pull a game longer.
Oh, he's going Korea. Wow. This will be very interesting.
Ed's got skills. I think he can do it.
Korea is really tough.
I'm picking Ed to win this game. Let me just say that. Fuck it. Well, that was a stupid bet, and I think the line reads against me.
This will be awesome though. I can't wait to see Korea versus Soviet.
Player defeated.
Alright, so Ed's top left this time, and Frank is bottom right. Now, we'll see Frank probably do the same kind of strategy that he did on the last map, just because the gems are really crucial here as well.
So you're saying he's going to make it early tanks and come and press Ed / kill Ed's gems?
Yes, and I do the exact same strategy on this map.
You can get into a way where you just put your MCV on the other side of the map, take their gems. Don't just shoot them, just eat them.
I've done that as well, especially when it's Soviet versus Allied, because getting your base closer to theirs is more beneficial.
Yeah, I like to. If you can do that, it's great because then you don't have to go through the center anymore.
But most players aren't, like, any decent player's not gonna allow you to do that. Whereas killing the gems on this map, it's very difficult to stop. See if Ed gets a miner or not.
I like going for one miner even as Soviet.
It looks like they both are.
And it looks like Frank has the time lead, which he should have.
Right. I was just gonna say. Grizzly out, Rhino out, and he'll go press the gems, and Ed will be forced to get a sentry gun.
Yep, you're right. So that one shot, he took one shot, that's like $500 off.
And we'll see 2 Rockies probably, and then a slightly later plane, or 1 plane, and then a slightly later 2 Rockies.
I'm pretty impressed with Ed's knowledge of allies. He's playing them pretty well. He seems to like... His allied strategies seem to be pretty sound.
Yeah, this is pretty well played so far, and he's going to choose to get the 2 Rockies. A slightly later plane. This is what it looks like.
There goes one. Where's the plane at? There's the plane.
Okay, 1 Rocky, 1 plane. That works too.
Frank sells the air cannon prematurely.
I think that's fine, actually.
Did he get him? No.
His tanks are splitting up here. Uh-oh. Frank's miner's done.
One free miner? It just goes away at the worst time.
Well,
It cost him like 2 tanks. 3 tanks.
Too much is what it did. That, I don't know. I don't think that was worth it for Ed.
Frank can win the game right now.
It's gonna be.
Come in, kill that Trent.
Close.
Oh. Too low, too slow.
Yeah.
Now Frank
Oh no.
might get...
Mm-hmm.
Ed won't give up. This is stupid. Now Frank wins.
Yeah, you can't. You gotta hide in your base a little bit.
You can't brawl when you're allied like that.
Yeah. A couple TC mistakes by both of them so far.
Oh, there goes the eagle. Anyways, Frank wins.
Yep. That miner cost him the game.
Fuck, man. I think he made the same mistake when he pushed out of his base. That was the loss.
Right. Same mistake there for sure, but that miner, I mean, he killed Frank's miner, but it cost him...
Like, too much.
Just way too much. And then Frank has also got the second war factory. So it really gives him like a 4 or 5 tank lead.
Player defeated.
Just enormous.
3-1.
Not looking good for Ed.
Ed's in a hole.
Frank has been on earlier though, so he did get a little warm up.
Frank's the one who's got it with vengeance last time.
Are they picking a 1v1 map?
Maybe. I'll just see.
Kick me out. So.
He's picking reconcile.
Okay.
I'll just see though. Okay, so they're gonna do this map. So
Okay, I will mute myself then.
yeah. Alright, so it's just gonna be me for this game. Reconcile the map. Some talk on the forum. This map is Allied favor, which I agree. It does favor Allieds. It was mentioned that maybe the map is like overly favors Allied. You can see why as soon as the map loads. That's because of these distant gems that basically have no connecting ore around them. So there's really Allied players can put all their miners right here, and then when they're finished they just warp them like a long way back home. Soviet player, if he wants to collect these, has just got useless miners in the middle of nowhere. And he wants to get the miners there. How's he going to do that? So yeah, definitely is a problem for Soviet big time. But the Soviet player can stretch this way, pick up these gems, and harass this cliff face a little bit better. Definitely onus on Soviet to make something happen though. So Frank's got a 3-1 lead. Piners, I'm not sure how that's pronounced. If he can win this game, and this is not a good move from Ed, in my opinion, especially moving MCV across the ore there is off extra slow. But I just don't see how. Like, think about how long it'll be before he even has a refinery up. It's going to be a long time. Well, what's Frank doing about it? Ed's decided he might use his conscript to delay MCV deployment. No dice. And refinery is still not up. Neither for Frank. So Frank's refinery is actually up ahead of Ed's by a considerable margin. And that won't be all. Boom, boom, boom. 4 miners is too many. Oops. This is Ed, not Frank. Oh, I get this mixed up. Soviet player is Frank. Miraculously, he got a miner down here. So the Rockies attacking the ore refinery and not getting it. I guess there's 3 miners. There is enough gems here to justify this. This is a not long enough collection period. That was good by Frank. Needs to kill that garrison. So Ed's collected all the gems there now. And he's filthy rich. That was pretty bad for Frank too. I think he took a face full of GI fire before his dogs finally killed those troops. And he hasn't moved his base. That's going to be an issue soon enough. Oh, bye guys. So that's picked up. Boom. Is there a trade happening or what is happening? This miner's fucking... That was a good kill for Ed if he can hold off this, but I think he loses both war factories. Frank Soviet look way better than they did last time. I don't know about this, but this will probably be good anyways. The distance, the rhinos are running away. Trade out the last ones. These are all the tanks that Ed's going to have for the whole game. These are all the Rockies that Ed's going to have. And this is what he has to kill. No shot. It's a formality, but we can, why don't you kill a plane? Yeah, I don't need that tech lab anyway. Oh no. Ed does have barracks, so he's going to be going Rocky crazy. Ed thought about a base trade, but Frank was in Ed's base and Ed was in Ed's base. So obviously that wasn't going to work. Frank or Ed diving at the flak tracks. Good game. 4-1 for Frank.
Player defeated.
Well played, Frank. Well played. Hopefully you're going to do a 4-player map, bring Mason back on. So that's 4-1 for Frank now, and that was the like allied map right there. That was the like gimme one allied map. Frank calls, okay, bang, let's go Soviet now. Looks like top versus bottom.
Hey,
What up? It looks like they want to do top versus bottom dry heat. We've just started.
oh, you started another one?
Yeah, they're doing top versus bottom dry heat now.
Okay.
Did you watch? Frank just won on reconcile. He's up 4-1 now. And I'm by myself again. All right. Well, nobody's captured any Derricks yet, so why am I looking at them? The Allied player is down 4-1. Previous series, the Allied player won. He just cleaned the Soviet player's clock. But this time it's a different story. Frank is definitely definitely putting on a better show. So this is pretty typical. I'm sure everyone's seen this like many times, but for anyone who might not have, if you are on the bottom, you want to stretch to the right. And just like Ed has done, you put your War Factory via this build, and then you can put your next ore refinery down straight into the gems, which is really beautiful, of course. Over here, you got a bit of a challenge. You got to work it. This rock's not in your favor. Put something here, put something here usually, and then these will be cleared out and you get a refinery down there. It's a lot more work. But to balance it out, you get this cliff face, so you can harass a lot better. And Frank's looking to do that. That was shitty. Ed wants to get an IFV repair and repair all these tanks. If Frank can kill them, then it wasn't shitty. If Frank doesn't kill them and they get repaired, then it sucked. Frank's definitely not sitting around. Frank can taste this victory. Get that pillbox dead. Repaired. Look at that. Such a shame that thing was dead. Now it's totally brand new. Try to kill the pillbox again. It's gonna be brand new again. It's kind of good that it stopped on the green. I don't like this. I don't like this. Frank has to get out of there. He doesn't have any fodder. I mean, it was kind of smart for him to run out that way and kind of really bad. Lose this War Factory. Or don't lose it. Never mind. The tank control was just not that good. Bulldoze this shit. One, two, three, 4 miners for Ed. 4 miners for Frank, but those miners are pretty far away. Now the Desolators. It's a lot of rhinos, but it doesn't seem to have any plan. These V3s are a plan. $900 plan. These are 900 each. What the fuck's this? And the paradrop. Soviet map. Nice, nice. Look at that. Boom. That's from long range. Well done here. Well done, Frank. No, Frank, no. Don't cook yourself. I think that was shit by Ed, actually. Oh. Allied tanks cannot handle Soviet Desolator. You need one of those IFVs like pronto. It's too bad Frank doesn't have any tanks. Yeah, look at these. These are for these IFVs like now. Well, these are all like one hitters. If Frank could somehow just mix up these tanks to like kill all of these, maybe even. Don't worry, I'll kill my own V3s. See, now they're getting healthy. This is fucked. This is not good. Frank needs to get in there. Repair work is ongoing. Frank just can't afford anything. That's the problem. And good game. Now Frank loses. He had to press that Desolator.
Player defeated.
Okay, so 4-2. Each player sort of won on a map which favors the opposite faction, so... Four to two now.
Hey,
Hey Mason, what's up? Oh, they keep doing these two-player maps.
are they doing another one?
They're picking gold, glowing water, so let me just ask.
Maybe it's fine. Also, if you can improve the quality anymore, that would be good. When
Like-
you scroll, it's a little choppy.
Yeah, I can't do it. Otherwise, I can do it, but then it makes it freeze for people watching.
Okay.
Okay, they've decided they want to do this Glowing Waters. Ed says we'll do a 4-player map afterward, but if Frank wins, it's 5, and I gotta go, so I'm out if it's 5.
I thought they were playing the 10 wins.
Oh, they are? That's like definitely not can do today for me.
Oh, well, I'm gonna watch the stream.
Okay, cool. Alright, Glowing Waters. If it's first to 10 wins, then it's going to have to be 2-part if I'm going to broadcast it, because there's no way I can stay for that. But first half / the series is today. We've got Frank not playing Allied. Here's Frank. He's playing Soviet. He's winning 4-2. So here's Ed. Pretty crappy refinery right there, but it's kind of neither here nor there. Both players got to capture a few garrisons. And of course, Scout. Previously, this garrison was like down here, and this was further over. It's pretty much made this impossible to get through. But the map has been updated. Now it feels pretty fair. Frank's got his war factory up here, which I really don't like. There's nothing up here. These gems, of course, like they're big gems. He's killing gems, but when I'm left side, I actually don't even usually get them that much. Maybe that's just bad playing by me. Once the paradrop's dead, the real action is down here. And with your war factory all the way up in the top right, it's kind of a bit far away. Interesting game. I don't usually see them unfold this way. Frank just says, hey, you don't want to attack me? Fine then. Lose $20,000. $20,000. $30,000. I mean, I don't think it's that much. It's a lot though. It's 30,000. It's 30,000. All right, Ed's had enough. Screw off. Feels like Frank might have forgot tanks. These guys are both old school players. One thing that old school players don't do nearly as much is base trade, which is one of the big powers for Allied. I think Soviets actually, people say Soviet have better base trading gear because of drones and flat cannons. But Allied's run faster. And base trades are chaotic, you know. You lose power, then your flat cannons are shit and you don't know what to sell. You're trying to decide, meanwhile you're losing all your buildings. Ooh, ugly tank control by Ed. This could be the series, or the 5th win for Frank. Frank does have 3 war factories. That's a lot of war factories. Nicely played by Frank, who does have very good tank control. There goes another miner. That was pretty bad tank control from Frank at the end. But with 3 war factories and a completely undamaged economy, doesn't make any difference. If Ed wins this game, that's some big win. But I think it's over in the next minute. GG. GG's.
Hey,
Hey, what's up?
are we doing another one or?
Not sure. We might have a second part tomorrow. I can't do any more.
You can't?
I can't do any more today.
Okay. You could always give someone else your stream key.
Lols. Somebody else can stream for me, though. I mean, I don't mind if somebody else wants to stream.
I can't stream on this internet yet. I'm going to get my internet upgraded though soon.
Alright, well, I don't know what's going to happen with the rest of the series. Too bad about it. Okay, guys, so it looks like Ed's going to stream it. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Tune in to Ed, which is Vitality. It's Twitch TV/Vitality. You can enter it. What's your Twitch, Ed? All right, everybody, that's the link. You can tune in. Ed's going to finish up broadcasting this. It's the best of 210 games. So right now, Piners, Frank, he's got 5 wins. Ed has 2 wins. Take care. Thanks for watching.